by the porch where the evening light was fading, an old man raised his bow up to the sky. He couldn't read a word of what was written, but every note became a lullaby. Oh, the violin, it never stopped its praying through the winters and the fields turned gold. It carried what the tongue could not be saying, the oldest hymn that this heart has ever known.
His father played it underneath the rafters when the harvest failed and hope ran thin. Now the strings still hum the same old chapters of a family bowing low to begin again.
Oh, the violin, it never stopped its praying through the winters and the fields turned gold. It carried what the tongue could not be saying, the oldest hymn that this heart has ever known. Now the children gather round the fire humming
something older than the words they've learned,
and the violin keeps calling out the coming
of a peace that every weary soul has earned.
No, it never stopped, not once, not ever.
Through the drought, the flood, the silent years,
just a wooden voice and one old feather,
wiping every one of Grandma's tears.
Oh, the violin, it never stopped its praying through the winters and the fields turned gold. It carried what the tongue could not be saying, the oldest hymn that this heart has ever known. Oh, the violin, it never stopped its praying through the winters and the fields turned gold. It carried what the tongue could not be saying, the oldest hymn that this heart has ever known. By the porch where the evening light was fading, an old man raised his bow up to the sky. He couldn't read a word of what was written, but every note became a lullaby. Oh, the violin, it never stopped its praying through the winters and the fields turned gold. It carried what the tongue could not be saying, the oldest hymn that this heart has ever known.
His father played it underneath the rafters. When the harvest failed and hope ran thin, now the strings still hum the same old chapters of a family bowing low to begin again.
Oh, the violin, it never stopped its praying. Through the winters and the fields turned gold, it carried what the tongue could not be saying. The oldest hymn that this heart has ever known. Now the children gather round the fire humming something older than the words they've learned.
And the violin keeps calling out the coming of a peace that every weary soul has earned.
No, it never stopped, not once, not ever. Through the drought, the flood, the silent years,
just a wooden voice and one old feather, wiping every one of Grandma's tears.
Oh, the violin, it never stopped its praying. Through the winters and the fields turned gold, it carried what the tongue could not be saying. The oldest hymn that this heart has ever known. Oh, the violin, it never stopped its praying. Through the winters and the fields turned gold, it carried what the tongue could not be saying. The oldest hymn that this heart has ever known.
There's a fiddle hanging by the kitchen doorway, older than the house and twice as warm. Grandpa said it came from far away on the ship the year that he was born. Grandpa's fiddle, 200 years of him, passed from hand to hand like daily bread. Every crack and scratch remembers when the whole family knelt around the bed.
He would play it when the crops were failing, when the letters came from far off war. Never needed sheets, he played by feeling, songs his mother sang the years before.
It sits here since the day we lost him, waiting for another hand to learn. But sometimes in the wind I think I've heard him still playing hymns for our return. Grandpa's fiddle, 200 years of him, passed from hand to hand like daily bread. Every crack and scratch remembers when the whole family
around the bed.
Pick it up, child, don't let it go quiet. Every hymn deserves one more amen.
Grandpa's fiddle, 200 years of hymns, passed from hand to hand like daily bread. Every crack and scratch remembers when the whole family knelt around the bed.
There's a fiddle hanging by the kitchen doorway, older than the house and twice as worn. Grandpa said it came from far away, on the ship the year that he was born. Grandpa's fiddle, 200 years of hymns, passed from hand to hand like daily bread. Every crack and scratch remembers when the whole family knelt around the bed. He would play it when the crops were failing, when the letters came from far off war. Never needed sheets, he played by feeling, songs his mother sang the years before. Now it sits here since the day we lost him, waiting for another hand to learn. But sometimes in the wind I think I've heard him, still playing hymns for our return. Grandpa's fiddle, 200 years of hymns, passed from hand to hand like daily bread. Every crack and scratch remembers when the whole family knelt around the bed.
Pick it up, child, don't let it go quiet. Every hymn deserves one more amen.
Grandpa's fiddle, 200 years of hymns, passed from hand to hand like daily bread. Every crack and scratch remembers when the whole family knelt around the bed. There are words I never learned to whisper. There's a grief too deep to give a name, and so I let the bow become my sister, and she says what I could never say. When the violin speaks what words cannot, it carries every prayer I never prayed, every sorrow that my heart forgot, every promise that has never faded away. I have knelt beside 100 gardens, watched the seeds I planted turn to dust. But the strings don't ask me for a pardon, they just play until I learn to trust. Now I understand my mother's silence, why she'd play for hours, never speak. The violin was never built for violence, it was built to hold the weak. When the violin speaks, what words cannot? It carries every prayer I never prayed, every sorrow that my heart forgot, every promise that has never faded away. Speak for me now, one more time. Say the things I've buried deep inside. When the violin speaks, what words cannot? It carries every prayer I never prayed. There are words I never learned to whisper. There's a grief too deep to give a name. So I let the bough become my sister, and she says what I could never say. When the violin speaks, what words cannot end? It carries every prayer I never prayed, every sorrow that my heart forgot, every promise that has never faded away. I have knelt beside 100 gardens, watched the seeds I planted turn to dust. But the strings don't ask me for a pardon, they just play until I learn to trust. My mother's silence, why she'd play for hours, never speak. The violin was never built for violence, it was built to hold the weak.
It carries every prayer I never prayed, every sorrow that my heart forgot, every promise that has never faded away. Speak for me now, one more time. Say the things I've buried deep inside. When the violin speaks what words cannot, it carries every prayer I never prayed. She found it wrapped in linen in the attic, dust upon the case her father made. 40 years since anyone had had it, since the summer that his hands were laid to rest. So she played the last hymn on her father's violin, fingers shaking, finding notes she'd never known. Every string remembered where it had been, every note brought all the family home. The neighbors gathered on the porch to listen. Some had never heard her play at all, but something in that old wood was glistening, answering a long forgotten call. Now she plays it every Sunday morning, teaching daughters what her father knew, that a hymn don't need a warning, it just needs a heart that's willing to come through. So she played the last hymn on her father's violin, fingers shaking, finding notes she'd never known. Every string remembered where it had been, every note brought all the family home. Daddy, can you hear it? Can you hear me play the hymn you hummed on my very first day? So she played the last hymn on her father's violin, every note brought all the family home. She found it wrapped in linen in the attic, dust upon the case her father made. 40 years since anyone had had it, since the summer that his hands were laid to rest. So she played the last hymn on her father's violin, fingers shaking,
Every string remembered where it had been. Every note brought all the family home. The neighbors gathered on the porch to listen. Some had never heard her play at all, but something in that old wood was glistening, answering a long forgotten call. Now she plays it every Sunday morning, teaching daughters what her father knew, that a hymn don't need a warning, it just needs a heart that's willing to come through. So she played the last hymn on her father's violin, fingers shaking, finding notes she'd never known. Every string remembered where it had been. Every note brought all the family home. Daddy, can you hear it? Can you hear me play the hymn you hummed on my very first day? So she played the last hymn on her father's violin. Every note brought all the family home. Down the gravel road, past the wheat field bending, stands a little church with a crooked door, where an old man's violin keeps sending hymns that have been sung 100 years or more. Violin hymns from the old country church, rising up above the steeple bell. Songs that taught us how to bear the hurt, songs that taught us all is well. Every Sunday morning come the seasons, rich or poor, we'd all sit side by side, and that violin would give us reasons to believe that we were carried, not just tried. Now the church is quiet through the weekday, but on Sunday still that old bowl flies. And I swear I hear my mother's voice say, hold on, child, don't you say your last goodbyes. Violin hymns from the old country church, rising up above the steeple bell. Songs that taught us how to bear the hurt, songs that taught us all is well. So gather round, don't let the music in. Every hymn's a hand held out to a friend. Violin hymns
rising up above the steeple bell. Songs that taught us how to bear the hurt, songs that taught us all is well. Violin hymns from the old country church, rising every day, rising up above the steeple bell, steeple bell, steeple bell. Songs that taught us how to bear the hurt, songs that taught us all is well.
Down the gravel road, past the wheat field bending, stands a little church with a crooked door, where an old man's violin keeps sending hymns that have been sung 100 years or more.
Violin hymns from the old country church, rising up above the steeple bell. Songs that taught us how to bear the hurt, songs that taught us all is well.
Every Sunday morning come the seasons, rich or poor, we'd all sit side by side, and that violin would give us reasons to believe that we were carried, not just tried. Now the church is quiet through the weekday, but on Sunday still that oboe flies, and I swear I hear my mother's voice say, "Hold on, child, don't you say your last goodbyes."
Violin hymns from the old country church, rising up above the steeple bell. Songs that taught us how to bear the hurt, songs that taught us all is well.
So gather round, don't let the music end. Every hymn's a hand held out to a friend.
Violin hymns from the old country church, rising up above the steeple bell. Songs that taught us how to bear the hurt, songs that taught us all is well. Violin hymns from the old country church, rising up above